another video here of Adventures with the VBs. Welcome to day 7 of our family holiday. Yes, day 7. You haven't missed day 6. I actually didn't film yesterday. So yesterday we, in the morning, went back to the dolphins at Monkey Maya and just watched all the experiences again. Had lots of fun playing in the sand. Then in the afternoon we went to the local playground here and had a picnic. And we literally just spent hours there, just having really good quality family playtime. That we played around the accommodation here and outside and down at the beach there. And we just had really good quality family time. And I just decided not to pick up the camera and just live in the moment. So today's Saturday. The plan for today was that we were going to have our final day here in Shark Bay. But I think life on the road means that you need to be adaptable. And we have completely changed our plans and we're going to hit the road and we're going to leave today. So last night the weather was terrible. I was actually awake from 2 a.m. The wind, the rain was awful. And I checked the weather report and it's meant to be like that today. I'll show you outside. It's actually all right at the moment. Like, it's as calm as anything and it looks fine. And if the weather was going to stay like this all day, just overcast, it would be fine. But according to the weather app, this is only going to be peaceful for the next couple of hours, and then the torrential winds and rain are going to hit again. And so, oh, good morning, darling. You've got your ball. So we've decided to hit the road. So our next major stop is up at Exmouth, and it's a 7.5 hour drive from here in Shark Bay up there, and we were just going to do it in one whole day, which was going to be a bit of a nightmare with Finn, to be honest. So we've decided today we're going to hit the road and drive up to Carnarvon, I think, and it's 3.5 hours away. We'll spend a night there in a hotel, and then tomorrow we'll drive the rest of the way up to Exmouth. So by doing this, it is going to cost $150. So it's a little bit wasteful with money, but I think for our sanity, Finn's going to be much happier in the car with 2 short days rather than a long day. And really, what are we going to do today with terrible weather? We're just going to be stuck inside here anyway, trying to pass time. Are you playing with your ball, darling? So the only problem to this plan, yep, you can get it and you bring it to Mummy. Mummy will throw it for you. Excellent. See, I knew you could do it. Oh, that lights up nicely. So the only problem with this plan being very, very last minute is that we haven't packed up. So the accommodation, I mean, it's not terrible. This is just what we've had at the door. We take it every time we go out. It's got all our bathers and towels and Finn stuff. We're having some cuddles on the couch this morning. I mean, it's not disgustingly dirty, but if I knew last night that we were hitting the road, we would have packed up when Finn went to bed. You're okay, Finn. You're not stuck. That's it. That's it. Good job. So I've got some kitchen dishes to do and a bit of, this is just all of our stuff that we've been keeping here. I've got to pack the pantry, which isn't too bad. We're going to have to go grab some ice for our esky. I think, yeah, Finn hasn't really been eating as much bread as he had been at home, so we've still got a fair bit of bread to take. Obviously got to pack up his cot. I'm trying to upload a video. The Wi-Fi here is terrible, so it keeps cutting out. I've got all these videos to post, but I can't. The only really annoying thing about this is every day I've been doing a load of washing, and yesterday I looked and went, oh, there's not really much there. I won't do any today. I'll do it tomorrow so that it's all clean for when we hit the road. Murphy's Law, why didn't I do the washing? I mean, it's only $4 a load, but I was like, oh, I'll save $4 and anyway. So I have some packing to do, lots of packing to do. I need to pull apart the pram, pack the whole car, and then let's hit the road. Along the way, we are going to make one really cool stop. So that's going to be exciting. Are we going to go? Where's Daddy? You need to go get dressed with Daddy. Well, it's 10 o'clock and we have hit the road. Yay, not too bad. So I think it took me about 2 hours to pack everything up. Mr. Finn in the back seat, we actually turned him around to be forward facing. So this is our first time forward facing, isn't it, Finn? So far, it's working well. So we just quickly stopped in at the IGA, picked up a few snacks for the road trip. I got Finn a couple of packets of puree because we've only got a couple left, and I just like to have a couple of days worth with me for an emergency. You never know what the next town may or may not have. Some yummy treats for Aaron and I to get going. A juice for you, mister. I'll open that up for you in a second. So all up, this road trip's meant to take 3.5 hours. Whoops, I just remembered we need to book a hotel. I better quickly jump online and book that hotel before we run out of phone reception. One quick stop along the way, and then we'll be at our next destination. Maintenance. Well, that's alarming. We've literally just hit the road and the maintenance alarm is going off. I am really hoping that it's just going off because we're due for a routine service, which I didn't realise we did get this car service just before we came to Perth. So I think the automated program just didn't pick up that we serviced it. Let's hope we don't run into any problems today. Poor Finn was just starting to fall asleep. We were hoping we could quickly make it to the stop before he had his morning nap. He just started dozing off, so hopefully he's not unhappy getting out the car. But I really want him to quickly see this wonderful beach. Why don't we just take one flopsy, darling? I don't think you need both. Just pick one. That's it. Just take one. Good boy. You hold him tight. Don't drop him. Well, we are here. Shell Beach. One of only a few beaches in the world made completely of shells. I think they were saying in some places it can be up to 10 metres deep. So many shells. Look at all the shells, Finn. I think he would rather be sleeping, wouldn't he? My goodness, this beach is massive. I'm out of breath. I just ran up and down all the hills. It's obviously low tide at the moment, but I still think even in high tide, this beach is huge with all the shells. Here comes the boys. Looks pretty. The sign did say that you weren't meant to take any, but I think I might just put a couple. Can you believe it, Finn? Where's all the sand? Hey? Where's all the sand? Look at this, darling. Look. Look at this shell. There you go. You look after it. We'll put that in our shell collection. Oh, Finn wants to go walking on the shells. I think he wants to take Flopsy down to the water. It's good walking on a hill, Finn. Isn't he just adorable? Making a beeline for the water.
Thank you. Stop there.
Isn't it pretty, Finn? You know, Mummy has some of these shells at home from when Orma came here. Did you know that, Finn? She collected some for us. Well, I have good news and bad news. Good news, we have arrived in Carnarvon. We have a good hotel room. Bad news, Aaron and I have had a pretty bad parenting fail today, and we're just feeling so awful. So, as you know, we turned Finn's car seat around, and we did that in anticipation of tomorrow being a 7.5 hour day in the car. I don't know, I've spoken to a fair few parents before our trip, and the general consensus is that once you turn your kid around, they're usually a little happier. So we had always planned on kind of the big travel days to turn him around if we felt like we needed to. And given the last day in the car he wasn't super happy, we thought, yep, for a big drive we'll turn him around. And then obviously we decided today to hit the road. It was only 3.5 hours, but to be honest, I was still quite happy to have him turned around. I thought that he'd be a bit more content. Unfortunately, I think the last clip he had just fallen asleep in the car, and as soon as he fell asleep, I kind of regretted the decision. Just seeing his big head compared to his small body, and he was like moving his head around a fair bit, and I instantly at that point regretted it. Hindsight, probably should have pulled over, woken him up and turned the seat around, because ever since he woke up he's been crying the roof down. The last few hours in the car weren't very pleasant. He is visibly quite sore on, which side is it? This side. So even when he walks, he's walking with his head turned, he's crawling with his head turned. He can't, even just then changing his nappy, he had to have his head turned to that side. He couldn't turn it the other way. We can feel it, it's quite tight, but he won't let us go anywhere near it to massage it out. We've given Panadol, and we've just given Nurofen as well, because he's so sore. And I just regret it so bad. I think this is probably one of the really tough bits of parenting. You always just do your best. You make decisions, and you just make the best decision at the time based on what information that you have. And sometimes it ends up being the wrong one. And if it was me suffering for the decision that I made, I'll just get over it. But it's the fact that Finn's the poor one suffering. So we are going to spend some time. Aaron's just with him. We've just got the iPad playing, a bit of wiggles, and we're trying to just see, you can see he's turning his head to the side the whole time. We're just seeing if he just wants to stretch his legs and move around a little. We've got his cot set up, so when he's ready, he can go down for a sleep, but I don't even know if he will be able to sleep with how uncomfortable he is. But it is quite a good hotel room, so we pulled up and they said, oh, we're fully booked tonight. And then she had a look on the system. She went, oh no, you're in luck. We have one room left. And I kind of thought it was a bit of a con, to be honest. It was a family room, and obviously the most expensive room in their hotel. And I was like, that's a con. I bet you they've got other rooms. Anyway, I gave a bit of a hard sell, and she insisted that this was the only one. And they are fully booked. There's a huge tour that's just arrived. But the bonus of this room is that it's a bit of a separate archway here. So although that's the queen bed, I think we're going to leave Finn in here tonight so that he can sleep here in this corner. Hi, darling. Oh, so even just walking, he's just tilting his head and walking into walls, poor thing. And then out here, there's 3 single beds. I think we'll just sleep out here because the bathroom is through here. We can go out and get dinner and then come back, and there is a telly here. So I think Aaron and I will probably hang out here and let Finn take that other room. I contemplated whether or not to actually share our parenting fail, but I think it's important to be real and to share the good with the bad. And at the end of the day, Finn is 19 months old now, and it is completely legal to turn him around. And I know that a lot of parents do question whether or not they should turn their kid around, and I'm not here to suggest one way or another. I'm here to share what's happened to us, and in case that information can be helpful to anyone. I think the second Finn fell asleep and I saw his big head. I mean, Finn's head is quite large. He's quite tall and has a large head compared to his weight, but his head is quite significantly large. And I think given that, we should probably have taken that into account. So really praying that this doesn't last too long for him.